A delivery company has a total of 160 cars and vans. The number of cars to the number of vans is 3 to 7. That's the ratio 3 to 7. Each car and each van uses electricity or diesel or petrol. 1/8 of the cars use electricity, 25% of the cars use diesel, the rest of the cars use petrol. Work out the number of cars that use petrol. You must show all your workings. Okay, so there's several steps to this question, and that's kind of indicated as well by the fact that this is a 5-mark question, as you can see here. So there's several steps. So the first thing I need to do is work out actually how many cars there are and how many vans there are. But actually you can see at the end, we just need to work out the number of cars that use petrol. So actually I'm only interested in the number of the cars. I mean, I'll work out the number of vans that there are, but you don't actually need to because we're not asked anything about the vans. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, ratio questions I like to do in the following way. So whenever I've got a ratio question and it says 160 cars and vans and the number of cars, the number of vans is in the ratio 3 to 7, I like to write it out again. So cars to vans, 3 to 7. Now I like to draw little boxes as well. So 3 boxes here representing the proportion of cars to 7. 7 boxes. Doesn't have to be a work of art, as you can see. I'm going to split this. So 4 there, 3 there. So my 7 boxes for the proportion of vans. Now I've got 160 cars and vans. That basically means that these whole number of boxes accounts for the 160 cars and vans. So in other words, I'm doing 160 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the other way you can think about it is adding this value, and 3 plus 7 is 10. So you're doing 160 divided by 10, which is 16. And what that gives you is the value in each box, okay? So the value in each box is 16. I'm not going to fill it in for all the vans, but you get the idea. 16 is in each box, okay? All the way through. And what I'm going to do to work out the number of cars, therefore, to work out the number of cars, I am going to just add together 3 lots of 16. Adding together 3 lots of 16, of course, is the same as multiplying 16 by 3. So I'm going to do that. 6 3s are 18. 1 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So there are 48 cars. That is what you need to work out, because you need to work out the total number of cars in order to work out the number of cars that use petrol. So I know that there are 48 cars. You can work out the number of vans. Incidentally, if you're interested, this gives you a number of 112. So there's 112 vans, but I'm not actually interested in that amount. I just need to know the number of cars. So we're told that 1/8 of the cars use electricity, 25% of the cars use diesel, and we're asked to work out the number of petrol because the rest of the cars use petrol. So to work out 1/8 of 48, working out a fraction of an amount, you divide 48 by the denominator. So in other words, you do 48 divided by 8 and times by the numerator. That's the same for any fraction of an amount. Divide by the denominator, multiply by the numerator. So it's 48 divided by 8 times by 1. Okay, the times by 1 is not going to make any difference in this situation. I'm just showing you how to work out a fraction of an amount. And this gives you 48 divided by 8, which is 6, and 6 times 1 is 6. So 6 cars use electricity. Okay, I'm just going to put a little note there, electricity. Okay, 6 use electricity. 25% use diesel. Well, 25% of 48, another way of thinking about that is a quarter, because 25% of course is a quarter in terms of a fraction. So it's a quarter of 48. So again, I'm doing a fraction of amount situation where I'm doing 48 divided by 4 times by 1. And 48 divided by 4 is 12. So 12 cars use diesel. And then it says the rest of the cars use petrol. So I'm going to add together my 6 of electricity and my 12 of diesel. That gives me 18. Those two together give me 18. And I'm going to then do my total number of cars. Don't go back to this figure. This is the cars and the vans. I go back to this figure and I take away the 18 that I found by adding these two together. So 48, take away 18 is, of course, 30. So my answer is 30 cars use petrol. And I think I'd get 5 marks for that. Well done if you did as well.